Goddamn, both at the same time? Well, come on in. Tony, okay. How's the day going? How are things? You know, usual questions. Goddamn. I mean, you are safe now. Now that you stream on a regular basis, you stream enough to ask me to add you to the shout out list automatic thing. So, that you to see. uh, I'm just seeing some things, you know. Same. Absolutely same. I am dead. I have been reverting the thing that I was, uh, dreading on Monday. I've reversed the app again, kinda, to an extent. Not the entirety, but kinda. And goddamn, it is bad. Is it bad? Holy shit. I hope it wasn't that bad, but it is that bad. And God, it's just it. I'm sure it could be better. It could be easier and faster to do, and all the thing that goes with it. But uh, also, it's my device, so my device is like kind of great. Koski's. Oh, well, funny. Congrats on the confettis today. 10 times. 10 times. You did good. Well, got it. I'm not really early. No, 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 not really. But this is now the limited version of the analytics made today. And it works for regular users, not for me. So like, for example, here you can see the top section that has the split definition of what you've mastered, which is the green thing, what you are learning, which is the blue thing, and it's like a pixel line something because nothing else. And then the white thing is what you haven't seen yet. I don't know if it's useful, to be honest, but we'll see. And then since before the stream, I broke the kanji section, and so now I need to figure it out because that doesn't work. Like that's empty. But yeah, and same thing here. Like for example, the charts at the bottom right here, they are giving us 100%. Like they say that you are 100% out of 100% on both, which is good. But if you look at the line, it doesn't go to the end. That makes no sense. So these progress charts bar thingy are gonna need to be revised again, and we'll see. I don't like it. I feel like it how can I say that? It works with the other more extreme version of the analytics view, but also it is harder to load. So I don't know what I want to have. I feel like the one that I showcased on Monday was a bit too complex for some users, and I'm also attempting to do my best to like figure out what users are looking for in terms of analytics because I don't really give a shit. Like my judgment for am I making progress or not is do I remember the words? Do I have the ability to talk? Do I have the ability to like use the words that I learned? And when that's the case, then I'm making progress, even though it's like small progress, but that's basically the thing. So yeah, I don't even know if analytics are necessary, to be honest. I know that some people are just requesting how much you've been kind of thing, where you basically see like the heat map, the same thing that we have on Git. But I don't see the benefits either. Like the blue thing right here is basically the same thing on a 7-day basis, right? You can see how much you've practiced on the last 7 days. And it it makes no sense. So I don't know. I don't know. Um, and yeah, same here. Goskies and cat, same thing. Like the one that I have in my big house is same thing. It's a mobile one that does both. It's a convertible that does hot and cold. Because at the beginning I didn't have this, the white thing that you see on the wall right there. Uh, so yeah, that's good. Yes, usually that's how things go, right? Uh, God damn, that is a lot. That a lot. Yeah, lots, lots. I had a hard time with this section at the top, like right there. That thing pissed me off. That wasn't supposed to be so hard, but yeah, it was. Anyways. I don't know. Cat has been here for a long time though, as well. Probably not 175. There have been days where she hasn't been able to come in. Or, let me just go there. That's the plan, at least. That was the plan in the beginning. Um, and I was experimenting with how to render the underneath section to make it like a bit better, a bit easier to understand for people with like a massive dot, not that massive, but massive dot. And then I said, you know what? It's if it's a bad, it's a bit better, and so on. So yeah. I mean, now you have the ability to create the thing that you wanted to have, which is the same thing that Oli wanted to have as well. So yeah, yeah. Anyways, that's the plan. That's the plan for this section at the top that is kind of visible when I'm here. I think if I load it on uh, Xcode, it's gonna be easier because it's just work. It's working. It's working. It's working. Um, Oli did. I mean, now it's been like years, but Oli has been um doing this overlay in Svelte, I think, the whole time. So the whole thing is like browser that he has that has like multiple themes, technically, and yeah, kind of navigating through it, I think. Uh, or multiple widgets, I forgot. I forgot if it's just single elements that is just like reorganized on the page. But yeah. Um, it has the unseen drive dropping to the next line is like how can I say that? Not wrapping. It's a second line. I couldn't be bothered. I just said, you know what? Fuck it. It's gonna be faster if I just say master learning unseen. So the first two are just an H stack and they are inside of a massive V stack. That makes sense. So yeah. Um, I had the TermGI plugin in the past. Yeah, if that was for me. Hmm. Which is this thing, like right here, for example, if I go into the analytics on this version, you have something that is a bit more natural, and I think most people will have this, because that makes sense. But yeah, right now the issue that I have is the distance in between the tag and the text that are not good. Uh, because that way you don't really know. what is like the separation, and that is not a good idea. But yeah, the comedy is kind of dead, so I need to fix that. I need to fix that. And at the end of the day, this is exactly what we already have here, so I don't know if it's necessary to have in any way. I might just use that new thing inside of the card right there for the progress and have the legend underneath in a very, very tiny version underneath the entire thing, just because it would make more sense to just have it here and not have the user just open something that doesn't give them anything at all. So we'll see. Though this one already has some sort of a breakdown that I think is better, you know. Yeah. Yeah. We'll see. We will see. But yeah, no, the thing that you talked about a second ago is basically here. I had to state like if show mastered or show learning exist or are basically low above 0, then we have an H stack with the mastered and learning. And then after that H stack specifically, we have a secondary one that is just like the unseen version that is underneath. And that's like they say it's always shown. I mean, they say the code said it's always shown, which is not the case. If you reach the end and you have 100%, it's not supposed to be displayed. But apparently it is. So I need to fix that, and it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be fine. Like this spacing of n is absolutely not an option. Like that's probably gonna be like a 4 something, but it needs to be like a 4 something. I see. Well, should give me enough space in between these two if it loads. Got it. I am not. No, that's not me. Like it, mine. What about it? That's pacing of what have I done in terms of numbers? Why is it broken? Why is my 12 broken? Can I do like a 120 just to see if it works? That works. Cool. So that was the right version. I'm gonna do 16 and it's gonna be okay. Yes. Good. This whole thing, by the way, going back to what I did when I was in Japan and that I complained a lot about with Stony on stream was the for each. For each loop have been a bit of a nemesis type of thing. And right here, it would be way better to have a for each than having what I've done here of mastered, learning, and unseen as different things. Like specifically, it should be a wrapping H stack, which doesn't exist, and it's just it's a mess. It's a mess. It's a mess, you know. Eh, it makes no sense. The fact that it's the same structure, that's the reason why I'm saying it should be a for each instead. Yeah. Should also be a component that I can just change in one place instead of doing anything else. But yeah. A different grip. In grip with my toesies. Yeah, also at the same time. Dead. Tiny. Tiny me. God damn. How's you? How's the day going? Drink! Fair point. Appreciate it. You have too much. You have too much what? That's what you're saying. I see. I see. Yeah, that thing should be a for which for sure. It should just work. It's so sad. It is so sad. Uh, I basically sent like the latest version, but it's um yeah. I think that version is better. Uh, I don't even know what happened right there. That might have been a huge mistake. Uh, Probably has been a huge mistake, but yeah. Feel like I missed something. 1 second. Um, I need to. And Kat, you said that you need to go back to your portfolio, which yes, 100%. But also, I need to go into one of the files that I have been working on for the past, I don't know, 3 weeks, and basically for the past 2 weeks I haven't touched it. That's in the slightest, so that makes no sense. It's a mess. I have so much stuff to do that needs to still happen that just don't happen. And yeah, it's really bad. It is really bad. Let's see if it works though. Yeah. I sent you one of the, I mean, as I said, it is US only, which is really sad, but Pinterest is opening like a lot of their um, internship type of situation. And Pinterest internship pay up to 100K a year. You know, just, it's an internship. I'm blown away. But it is US only, which is fucking annoying. And the reason why they are advertising as 100K a year and so on is because they basically have you for like 3 to 5 months so that you are paid to learn, but not you're not gonna get 100K. But if you are at a salary of 100K, uh, you basically get as much as you're making right now in 3 months. So yeah, these are things that can happen, could happen, you know. Oh, that's so bad. I've been testing the app in light mode for the past day and a half to check things like that. Like that's not good, you know. So uh, it's remote. That's one of the things that is really good because you know um if you had must form uh that yes uh Guru? Guru. That lag at the end, god damn, I really need to fix it. I know what's happening. We are not inferring, but we are adding the progress at the end of the quiz, and because we are basically getting, if we check the logs helps us a lot. If I'm here and I'm just making a quiz, I have my quiz that just started, and nothing really, makes sense right here. Like that's fine, but it's okay, it's okay. And then as soon as I reach the last question, um, it, it just load the progress and does the thing, and then send me to the next screen, and I should defer that by a bit. So I know But god they doesn't. I mean, it didn't used to do that, and now it does, and it pissed me off. But the good thing is these are good now. We have like pretty okay uh things, except this one is shit. Why? Oh, it makes no sense. I really don't understand what's happening and why it's not doing its job. How is it supposed to do? So that but yeah. Anyways, I've opened that mainly so that we can check the analytics and see if the analytics for the vocabulary is better. Yes, we have 11 learnings. Cool. That works. That doesn't work, but that works. It's still tiny, 11 out of 1,000. But it tracks. So progress and shit. Mm, I don't know how to feel about it. I don't like it. I don't like it. But the going back to what I was saying a second ago. God damn it! Oh, I hate this. Um, there is the Pinterest internship program thingy that they have with their early career uh, situations, which usually works for most people, but also it is like some sort of a uh, weird situation. And so their apprenticeship, specifically this one or this time around, they have some for uh, myself, like product designer and product manager and so on. These overall are pretty good. They explain how things work, what is like the tools that you use on the day to day, the thing that you need to do, and so on, which is, nice. It is nice. And so, yeah, these ones are just open this time or this year, and you have some of the open roles that I forgot. But yeah, these are just such an annoyance because they are all the time. That's posts, not post, are bad. Um, they are just like US only. That makes no sense to me. Like no sense. No sense. Uh, yeah, but still, like they have offices in so many places, and you could 100% take like someone in Amsterdam, someone in Berlin, someone in Milan for some reason, someone in Paris. Like you could 100% like have a job or an apprenticeship based on the staff that is available, right? Because it's just there, and it makes sense. Oh, yeah. If your company is only in the US, yes, I agree with that, but that's not the case. That's the thing. Like if it's everywhere and you have access to something that is remote, and eh, employment council. That a good idea for me? Maybe. Might be too real with the people. Anyways, this is a pretty interesting thing when they have jobs that are open in the region or locations that you are in. Most of the jobs are remotes, which is pretty good. And there is like a ton of companies that are doing the exact same thing with internships that are pretty remote and pretty good overall to get knowledge and also have the name of the company in your resume, which is all I mean, that's the only reason. Um, like one of the devs that I have on socials that have been doing an experiment about hiring because it's been like a bit of a mess, as we all know, has been setting up like two resume, one with uh, X Fang company. So maybe he said that he worked at Apple or Facebook, I forgot. and then the same resume, like the exact same resume, but in the description said that it wasn't. Like it didn't mention Fang as a ex-Fang person. And the one without the ex-Fang got no callback, and the one with got 6 callbacks and 2 interviews in a day and a half, I think. So yeah, if you have the thing on your resume, then you're good. Like I have a lot of people. One of my ex, for example, had done an internship at Google directly, and therefore there is this thing, this badge of honor on her resume, which makes her profile really, really useful for a lot of companies. Like they see the fucking Google internship, whatever, and it's like, yeah, cool. That means they basically saw you as a potential candidate, and therefore you will be hired as well. So yeah, same thing, same thing. And the fact that you have been there as an intern, as an employee, as something else doesn't really matter at the end of the day. So yeah, the thing that is like interesting as well, like some of the people, or some of the thing that I've seen lately was instead of having your resume with the from date to date, just have the length. So if you stayed for like a year and a half, just write 1 year and a half, no, nothing else. Um, and it seemed that it was way more efficient because it kind of unskewed the view of the person that was reading your resume by saying, oh, that person worked there for like 6 years. Not, is it like 6 years, 6 years ago? Was it 6 years right now? I don't know, but it's just like they've worked there for 6 years. Um, so yeah, no, not even year, like just years of length. If you stay there for a year and a half, you write 1 year and a half, not 2015 to 2016. Like no, just 1 year and a half. That seems to be pretty positive. The thing that is sad is that my resume thing, the website I use to create my resume, doesn't really allow me to get like a specific text, just to allow me to get to say. Um, yeah, then just write a year if it works. Like for me, I have one that is 5 years, one is 6 years, one is 2.5, and you can round it up to 3, and one that is technically 11. So yeah, yeah, you know, it works. It works. We have nothing today, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie on anything. I haven't done any likes during this 2 days. I still have some stuff, but not as much as I used to. We kind of stopped somewhere along the line of, yeah, I feel like, yeah, something around here, like for Jan with the bread and things. So that happens, but yeah, other than that, there is like not much. Nanny has been creating like a lot new badge widget thingy that is pretty interesting. I do like this a lot. I think this is good. I don't know if it will be nice or anything, but yeah. That's also for Jan again. For Heaper, that would be pretty good, specifically because the colors is pretty similar and the design is interesting. It is the new trend-ish thing. So, why not? Small things, details here and there. I don't know if I like it. It's there. It's a trend. Like it happens. It happens. Other than that, this one was crazy interesting. This is like mid-journey video generation, and I feel like it's really good. Um, like the fish here goes behind and just disappears, doesn't exist anymore. But I feel like as a concept, I'm pretty impressed. I wish the video was longer, right? And we had like more content, more stuff. What I'm thinking personally is for the people that are using video generation for their resources and their media on websites and other platforms, it would be way better to generate three ish layers. Like for here, for example, you would have one layer for the fish itself that would be kind of transparent, one layer for the background, and maybe one layer for the top, so that you ensure the continuity of everything and you don't have this weird AI glitch when something goes over something else and disappears. But pretty impressive rendering, no less. So, you know, just showcasing stuff. Other than that, we haven't had like a lot of things. I did laugh at this one just because obviously it's probably what happens. This one was really great. It's similar to what we had last month with James. I think James. Service hi. Welcome back. So it's a very, very nice transition in between states for animations, right? We do like this really, really tiny thing. The thing that I don't like is that it has been made with Rive. And even though I know we do have the ability to get like Rive to production, the content of this thing is still just a design. It's not like data ready, or at least I don't understand how it works to go from Rive directly to data. So I am biased there. But yeah, like the transitions are really good. There are something that I don't like in terms of alignments, but you know, that's fine. What is happening?
Daniel
lately?
Rowe raided my stream with 44 viewers.
Daniel, thanks for the raid. Welcome on in. How are you? How was the stream? If you can say, if you can't say you need to go, please go. That's fine. I appreciate the raid. Always. For those of you who don't know me, hi, I'm AOA, the helping designer. So if you have any design question, as always, feel free to ask. But yeah, if the stream was fun, that's all that is good. And for those of you who are here as well that came from the raid, if you need to go as well, feel free to do so as well. If you want to stay and ask some design question, talk about other things. I'm struggling with SwiftUI right now, which is a pain. But for those of you who are here already, maybe check out then. You know, right there, maybe go there. Appreciate it all day. Harry, hi, welcome in. What do you think about that? Apple Liquid Glass again? I love talking about it because it's really shit. So I'm gonna do the exact same thing that I said last time someone asked. I have a full video that has a very specific title, and this was my reaction during the Apple event on stream. No cut. This thing is a fat ass 2 hours, right? And overall, that's what I thought about it during the presentation. I've been using it. Because I make my own app, and I have it. It's running on my phone. It's really good. Like it, there is. I'm not kidding. It's really good. The presentation is shit. They have made the worst presentation they could without realizing it, and it's pissing me off because this is good. Obviously, it's good for me because I'm someone that doesn't really use colors and backgrounds and distracting things. Like my theme is the most boring one, but it's just like it's there. Um, but it's good. Like the whole system of having notification working, having your new control center that has like the nice glassy thing. As always, for those of you who are kind of new here, the screen capture that I have here is half true. Like it's okay, but it has a bit of gamma bump, so it looks less accessible than it actually is, if that makes any sense. But yes, it's really good. It's really good, and most of the apps that are like Apple apps have these navigation that behave with the the system, and they just work as they are intended to work. The accessibility for these are sometimes a bit debatable when, uh, you have weird ass thing in there, but other than that, it's pretty good. I don't use night mode, but uh, even in light mode here, you know, oh, I we do the cannon monster all the time. Like we have when I have like a new flavor, I just you know same thing for cookies, same thing for other monsters was when they are new, makes them more sense. This looks really weird to me, having the white background behind the pictures. I don't know how people have light mode on their phone. That makes no sense to me. But yeah, even here, like you can see at the top, there is a navigation. The navigation will behave like it's supposed to behave in glass, and that's the good thing about the UX of liquid glass, how they call it. Because your menus are just coming from and going to, right? The thing is, but yeah, um, the thing is, the home screen to notification panel is what people are complaining about, and it's the thing that I'm showcasing every time. It is if I'm here and I do that, it's not readable. We agree. We agree. But right now, I still have my finger on my phone. If I release, guess what? It's readable. It's perfect. It works. So yeah, there is like a lot of things like this that people have been showcasing as this is a mistake, this doesn't work, this is like really shit. Um, but yeah, the zoom in between the screens, like when you're moving from here to the home screen to have like all of your apps kind of move around. Yeah, I know. It's more animated than before, to be honest. It has like a lot of things that just are debatable, but yeah. Um, yeah, no, he would. He has. That's the thing. The people that are like old enough or have been using macOS for long enough remember that there are some things that Steve Jobs specifically wanted to have in macOS in glass and liquid that the macOS Aqua OS 10, OS X specifically, one of these other tech person really happy with X, um, and really wanted to have like some glass elements and thing that reminds you of liquid and water. That was the main point. And at the time, the tech didn't really allow it to be as flexible and granular that it is right now, and that's fine. Like the what's the name? That is a folder. The folders have really interesting things. Um, the presentation that I did last time was if I customize my bitch, that's the wrong thing. If I change my wallpaper to get one of the pictures that is the one that I do have as a background, and I put that in light mode because like that happens. This is shit. This is shit. There is no question about it. Like, like this is pure trash. Like there is no debate happening. If you are someone that likes this, well, that's shit. I'm sorry. And obviously here, because I'm still not like in a double thing, it's fine, but this is really, really bad. The background with the glass effect on the folders and all of that is fun, but that's about it. And I'm currently in glass mode. If I were to not be in glass mode, but way like being just regular dark, I guess, my dark icons and things, it's okay. But the folder with like the glass is still really bad, and I don't like it. So I would rather have clear mode for everything and then automatic for um, the glass color. That's the name. God damn. But yeah, that's really ugh. Ugh. I'd rather go into dark mode for everything. But that makes so much more sense to me. Um, so much better. Uh, yeah, no, you can. You know what? I don't know if you can. That's true. It might be too old. That is true. But you know, other than that, so I'm trying to find something that I can't find for some fucking reason. Give me this. At work today? No. So the thing is, that's the reason that we have so much backlash, and I'm making or ensuring that we have so much backlash against Apple for this because it doesn't make any sense for me and for anyone else that we've seen that they went through the Apple level system of ensuring accessibility, ensuring design details, ensuring everything, and then shipping this. Like most of the people that are like complaining about and basically saying that it's a beta. Yes, we know it's a beta. We are the dev that are supposed to test it and figure out what is broken. But the thing is, when you look at it, you're like, that is not worthy of a beta, like at all. The thing that we have showcased last week was this section. Basically, if you are someone that is here, right, and you like the customization, and that's an Apple, right, and you are the one that is creating liquid glass, and you are saying, yes, this is exactly what we need to showcase during the press briefing, that is the video of the WWDC. No, no, this is shit. Like, this is the worst thing they could have presented. Uh, I, it makes no sense. It makes no sense. Other than that, other than that, other than the presentation that they have made and all of the thing that we have somewhere around uh liquid glass, blah blah blah, where the fuck you at? Somewhere around here, if I remember correctly. Um like they have, I don't know if you've seen this, but that's the wrong key. The backlash they have received on this now, the new version of the Finder is the other way around, how it's supposed to be. Um, but yeah, I mean, most of the things are making sense, but also not making sense. And most of the presentation they have, like this is really cool. Don't get me wrong. Like this is the level of crazy. Let's figure out how to render the thing as perfectly as possible, to be realistically rendered that Apple, like we expect from Apple. Like that's the thing. Like having this level of we will create the thing in physics, or physically to check how it looks and how it renders in the real world so that we can duplicate it on software. Yeah, that's what I'm expecting. But then you see how it's in place, and you're like, yeah, that makes sense. That's fun. But that's it. Like, um, the thing that we talked about specifically last Monday or on Monday was this is good, this is fine, this works, this works. Here, I'm losing accessibility based on the background, a tad, not much, but a tad. And then here, I don't know what the fuck is there. I know because I am an Apple user. I mean, I'm also an Android user, but I use everything. And therefore, when this popped on screen, technically, I know what it is. I've been like uh, forced to know that this slide to answer exists. And so it could be like whatever design it is. It doesn't really matter because I know how it works. But if you're thinking of a new user that has never used an iPhone before, bad. It is really bad. And like some of their presentation makes sense, some of their presentation makes no sense. Like this, I'm fine with it because I'm on dark background, but most people don't. And then I don't like this at all. Like just this is weird to me. And then the last one I think is the maps ish, like this jizz, not glass thingy. Like this is fine. That one is distracting. This is just distraction, and I don't like it. I think it's bad. But yeah, overall, the marketing that they have made has been trash. The implementation in the real world, right there, is really good. Like almost nothing to complain about. Since I've updated to beta 2, I've had crashes and bugs. On beta 1, I had none. I had something that were not really supposed to happen, but like right now, I have way more than before. So, yeah, like it's presentation really shit, implementation pretty good, concept and UX things really, really great. I think it's a really good direction in which we should go based on the goal. You know, that's the thing. Um, I don't know if it's less design and more business needs, to be honest. Um, I don't think. Hmm, I don't think Apple needs business anymore. Maybe to stay relevant, they are losing ground for sure. Like their stock on my stock portfolio is just down, hasn't recovered since. So yeah, it's really bad. But other than that, yeah. I think as I said, the goal that we have, or at least the goal that I have personally, is to move towards something that is a bit more uh, Vision Pro and like AR, VR environment. In which case, the transition of the UI to something that is behaving the same way makes a lot of sense. So to me, the target and the goals and the thing that we're trying to achieve right here with that new design and textual element, contextual behavior, ensuring that the thing that you're touching are reacting to your touch, reacting to your activities, and these activities happen where it's supposed to. That makes sense. Well, a lot of these things don't necessarily make a lot of sense um, in the presentation. Other than that, you know, yeah. But if I remember correctly, Fish OS, I think, from Linux, one of this distro, um, is kind of glassy as well, which was really nice. Um, been a while though, and yes, this is Arc. This is Arc. I'm gonna stay on it because DI is really shit. Sorry, Arc people, I don't like it. Yeah. It's not. That's the thing. You are probably someone that has only Twitter as a reference. No, absolutely not. It's the same dead that Google Chrome is dead, in the sense that Google Chrome hasn't had a full update in design, in features, in things, just patches and security updates and all that. And what's the word? Goddamn. Um, oh, compatibility with like the CSS, HTML, and all the things, JS. I want to say frameworks, but that's not the thing. It's there is a word that I'm looking for, and it's not the thing. Um, but yeah, it's not dead. Arc is gonna stay there for a long time, and they are hoping that at some point we all move to this bitch. And I like what they do with the design of it. Like it looks cool. It has nice interactions. When you create new tabs, it has like this nice glowy thing. That's it. That is the only thing that I like about it. Like the rest is really shit. Like it's just Chrome. If you bring me back to a UI that is the same as Chrome, I don't want it. Like I don't give a shit. The reason why I went to Arc is because it is different, give me a lot more personalization, and specifically give me spaces where I can have like a space for my work, a space for personal stuff, and quick access to other things like my download and so on. You know, like it makes sense. But yeah, um, no, Dia is basically what Chrome newest version is. Um, like the latest beta version of Chrome, if I remember correctly, or not even beta version, but like one of them have a Gemini button at the top right. Yes, that is basically the same thing that Dia is. Because if you, I'm gonna reopen it, and I'm gonna close this because that's running in the background for no fucking reason. Um, if I go back here, so if I'm here and let's say I'm interested in going into this thing for some reason, no idea why that would be interesting for anyways. Uh, but if I'm here and I'm like, okay, cool. So from there, I want to ask a question about this website. I want to know what is this app doing, right? That's the question. And then Dia is gonna just interact with the website and check and read it for me. So that way, technically, I don't have to scroll, which is false because I still do, but I don't, right? I could just be there and say, okay, cool, that's good. And so from here, like maybe, do you know any competitor to this? Can I type? And so maybe from there, I will interact with that specific website, which is going to do a web search and then look through like the existing things, and therefore I can navigate through the chat and say, okay, so one can is an interesting then choose and another one that I can have a look at. And so maybe I'm looking at it and I'm like, yeah, okay, cool. So that's um, that's interesting landscape. So I have this website I can just read, and right now it doesn't. I'm just struggling to scroll. That's what's happening. Um, it's yeah, it's shit. And I that's maybe something that website here is basically what is written right here. So yes, it is an agent that is running alongside you, and some of the things that they are presenting as positive is that it has this thing of personalization, which I have off by default, which would basically learn and hold data and memories from my browsing habits, from my questions. And so it is an agent that will learn my type of questions, my type of website that I look at, the past browsing history that I have had, for example, to check, okay, so that person went to this website, this website, this website, and there is like a bit of a common thread about like learning Japanese, for example. And therefore, you know, maybe I can show something else. Maybe they're interested in learning about the flights to Japan. Maybe there is something else happening. I don't know. But like that's something that they are presenting as positive, which to me, based on what I'm seeing, um, not necessarily good. Like good enough, but not. I mean, based on the fact that this sidebar is going to be paid, I have no interest in that. Like, if it's free and you, I could pay for some different language or different models, different things, maybe, why not? But yeah, uh, I don't know. I mean, this is the first time I have more than three questions in the same chat on Dia, to be honest. So, yeah, maybe. That's good. I don't know how they are inferring this. That's good. That is good. Yes, it is. I think we have something that allow us to change like the type of chats we have in the setting of something. But yes, it is. Um, it is running one of these. What they said though is that they are running personalized LLM that runs on the tab on its own, which I don't trust because that's not feasible. Again, your tab has like a 2 gig max situation, so that's the thing. If Arc is draining your battery, Dia is gonna drain your battery like even faster. So, you know, no good. No good at all. But yeah, that's the thing. So to recap what I just said, Liquid Glass, great in implementation. There are some bugs, obviously, and great in UX from a UX point of view, really good. Based on marketing, really shit. Like they have made the decision to just showcase the least accessible elements all the time. Then Arc is really good because it's gonna stay there for a while, and it's gonna die. Yeah, I mean this computer specifically, the one I'm using for streaming, is plugged in all day, so I'm almost certain that as soon as I unplug it, first of all, I will lose all the things because you know MacBooks don't have ports. But it's probably dying in like 4 hours, to be honest. And I don't care. It's just like this one has been built in 2021, I think. I forgot. But 2022? Somewhere around there. But yeah, that's it. Like it's about that simple. We've had not much, to be honest. As I said earlier, same thing. This is for Yan. There is a ton of things for Yan specifically. Have a good rest of your day. Thanks a lot for stopping by with the raid, and thanks a lot for the questions. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. If you have more questions, feel free to come back. As always. As always. Yeah, no, so far we haven't had so much to showcase, to be honest. As I just said, like this is something that reminded me of one of the websites that we have seen and checked and kind of worked on last year. So I kept it, but it's really different. The one that we had the books in a different way rather than the rotation version, but this is really cool. That's about it. That is about it. So far, to be honest, not a lot of really interesting, cool design. This one from Stripe is really nice, small things. There is like a greater range of hover zone. Like it's really close, but it's also like grows when you are close enough. So that's interesting to change the icon chevron look. I feel like this was an interesting teeny tiny details. Most people will never see that, as always. But you know, it's for the designers. It's always for the designers. The only thing. This has been, not gonna lie, this has been the type of transition that we have been seeing for the past year and a half. I think a year and a half, 2 years ago, we have started to see these rotating each letters and making it blur and fade at the same time. And now everyone is doing it. So I was right again 2 years ago or a year and a half ago saying that this is going to be a pattern and going to come for everyone. And now it really is. This one is, to me, too much. I think if every time you have a transition, this is how your text behave, I'm gonna be pissed. Just because it takes too much time. It's not long, but it takes too much time. It's one of the issues that I had with Duolingo, and they fixed it, which is really good. But other than that, see, I have the same on my website, so I'm not complaining about it. Pastel again. I've been saying pastels for I think a year now. So pastel bag. That's the situation. And then the Fairphone 6 looks really good. And I'm really sad because it looks exactly like a nothing phone. And I hope they worked with nothing to build this because it looks really much the same. But yeah, like this lanyard is going to stay on your phone for sure. But that's interesting for the people that use lanyards. The design is really good. The green, obviously, I am biased here. That's my color, so yeah. It looks good. It's almost as if they could convince me to go with the Fairphone 6 because it seems pretty nice. So yeah, that's good. That is good. We'll see with Jerry if the durability test is there, but yeah. Other than that, um, not too much. This one was pretty impressive. Of a shitty presentation video. So they made this thing. This is dropshipping, by the way. Where they basically said that they shut down that thing, and then they show fake or real pictures, videos of someone that is old. I don't know. That draw stuff, and then that thing is just a drop shipping for that lamp, and that's crazy. I don't know how you can do that and think of yourself as a good person. So, you know, there's that. Anyways, these ones were really good. A lot of people are trying to implement new dynamic islands slash widgets slash things. Genie, hi, welcome on. Uh, is pretty nice. A lot of them are using the same patterns, but yeah. Oh yeah, no, I don't think I don't think they think. I think they think about money and that's it. Um, but yeah, other than that, not much to be honest. Like this one is really good. I like this a lot. Like I'm obviously biased, but this is really good. In terms of marketing and branding, like the presentation is really good. The simplicity is really good. There is like a ton of brands that do the exact same thing, and they are all really nice, and I do like them a lot. So, biased. Yeah. Um, this one was really nice as well. I kind of like this, where uh, it was saying like this image is fake, like specifically the image that is here is fake, and then people in the replies were saying like Stripe can verify and all that, and then he just shows how like um, that person is saying that it can't be like AI faked, and it just shows how in exactly 5 seconds with V0 he creates like a fake MRR view that looks exactly like the Stripe one, and then have the ability to change the values, has the ability to put it as a visually convincing view, and then put it on top of a of a boat because it doesn't have a boat. That um, that was really good. So yeah, it specifically the fact that he made this thing in like 2 minutes in total. I know the video is edited, but still, like that is really good to showcase. Danny, hi, welcome in. Have a good lunch. How's the day going? How is the day going? How? But yeah, that's the thing. That is the thing, and the reviews that we have on Twitter for today. I know that we had some stuff in the design from Groskey's for the overlays thingy. Stoney, do you have your overlays somewhere? Like, can I access them? That's gonna be my question. My question to you. You know, I could take a look and just shit on it. I just saw this earlier with the CSS if function, which seems to be interesting. Um, I don't really know if it's good. I don't really know where they are with it. I know this is just the regular CSS trick website, so obviously there is like a lot of things that just make sense or doesn't make sense. I don't know. It depends, but yeah. Potentially to check with ifs, you know, with CSS. It's good to see that there's something that are popping up in CSS. That's not what's fun. It's not the fun. That's gonna load this. No, cool. Yesterday, that's me. Also, I thought we had dads for a second. We could have dad with Jeannie and Denny, and me in the center. That sounds kinky as fuck. But yeah, good. I did this. I see. I see. I see. Yeah, a double A sandwich could work. Could happen. Still no cam, right? God damn. You slow to start. God damn it. Yeah, starting streaming. You believe that? Is it just the thing at the top right, left corner, right? You don't need it. Can't. It's not necessary. No, still not. Still haven't. The classic. So yes, this I'm guessing it's the music player and that thing at the top that you consider as your overlay plus the the chat overlay thingy, right? Probably. He's working on it on stream now. So, you know, accountability, other things. Um, yeah, I know. I mean, you made it. It depends on the underwear, to be honest. Yeah. If it works, right? It's gonna be a thing. That's gonna be a thing. That's your overlay, story. That's the only thing that you have in the overlay that I can shit on. I can't shit on much, to be honest. Right there. Vicky, hi, good morning. I'm reviewing Stoney's stream, but if you have something, yes, I can take a look at it if you want. I'm reviewing things, design-wise. So yes. Projects, design, websites, things. I think you should change this here. Like the chat messages are a bit tight, to be honest. Line height 150% if you can. 145 would be better. And then here, the other thing that I don't like is the music player. It's a tad small, just like me. I know. So maybe make it bigger, or maybe make it, if you can, make it bigger when you are switching song, right? When it goes from one song to the other, it just grows so that people can see what's the new title, the new artist, or things. And it just decrease after, I don't know, 5 seconds or something. But when it's at this level, it's a bit too small to see things. And alongside that, now playing, useless. Like, I would rather you get the now playing out and the cache bigger than anything else, to be honest. I'm not saying make it bigger all the time. I'm saying make it bigger when the song change so that you have something that makes sense. Like, for example, if you go into Buddy's stream, we do have, when the song change, there is the music, like, new song thing that is appearing around here or around here. I forgot where we put it, but I think it's here. So when the song is changing, we have the thing that pops, shows you what's the new song, what's the content, what's the thing, and it just goes away. That's it, so that makes sense. Well, yeah. Other than that, it's good. Good. Yeah, that's nice. Again, I don't think the now playing or pose makes any difference. I don't think it's useful. This is still going strong. Well, yeah. The thing that we have been saying, and it's been a while, so I know, but um, the best thing that you can do is going around where you live and then ask if the business that are around here need something. Football, hi, welcome in, welcome back. How are you? I'm doing pretty good. I'm tired as fuck. Been working on the app for like a month, and it doesn't work. I'm sad. I'm sad. But that button didn't send earlier. God damn it. Now it does. But yeah, like then that would be the thing. I think freelance for designers and product designers and others is a viable thing. I hate it, so it's not viable for me. But if you really need clients right now and you don't have any, just go outside. I know it's crazy, but if you are a regular at a coffee shop, like in the morning you get your coffee, if that's something that you do, or you are like me and you go to a bakery and you like to have some cakes, um, you know, you uh, you go there and you find something, you find like a shop that you go to kind of often, and you're like, I like you. However, every time I'm going on your website, I'm blown away by how shitty it is. Do you need something? And sometimes they say no. Some people are saying sometimes you could just do the work in advance, which I don't recommend. But if you really need the work, why not? And you just go there and you're like, well, I I like your brand, your bakery, your thing so much, and I often go into like maybe I can do that, right? I often go here on your website for my cakes. That's usually what happens, and I check what are the new cakes. I need to go then tomorrow. God damn. Uh, and I like the website, but it's kind of shit. Like there is something that doesn't really work. This is not the case. Like this one is really good. And right, maybe I can just say, well, I would rather have something a bit different here. So I'm gonna do it myself, post it on my own domain for, I don't know, a week or two, and then go there and say to the boss, because I know the boss by now, obviously, and just go there and say, does he here today? Yes, cool. Just have something to showcase just in case. And I'm just gonna say, well, I've done that because I like your website, but it's not really useful or not really great for what it is. And maybe you are interested in like a new website or something. So I did that. So if you are interested, maybe tell me, hit me up. We can have like a bit of a contract or something because it's already started. Like it needs a lot more work, but still. And that's one way to get like some clients. It's not good to do the work first because you might spend some time on something that they will say, well, no, we don't need a new website. Or we don't have the funds to do that. In which case you've worked for like 3 to 4 days for nothing. But, also I'm gonna move out of this view because otherwise you're gonna all be hungry again. But yeah, I think like going looking for work is an option. The other thing that is recommended, which I hate doing, but I'm gonna have to soon, is going to meetups. Like every time that you see that there is a meetup for designers, a meetup for startups, a meetup for something that is around where you are, just go there. And don't go there in the hopes that you will have work out of it. Go there in the hopes that you will meet people. That's it. And you go there and you chat with people, and when they ask what you do, you explain what you do, but then you go back to them. Like that's basically the way that it works with humans. I know it's kind of weird. I don't like it, but it's fine. But you make them speak about themselves, and then they remember you better, and um, and then maybe, right, once they know what you do, what you like to do, what you do for a job, some sort like really simple, and they remember you, and they're like, oh well, I have this friend of a friend that needs something. Maybe you are a good person for that. I don't know. Let me see. Sometimes it works. you know, sometimes it works. So that's another option. Right now, I've been invited to 3 events. I might go to one, but it's gonna be filled with French, and that already I mean, you can see it on my face. I'm already drained by that, and it's next month, and I'm like, oh, I kind of need to, and also, fuck me. Oh, yeah. Uh, so yeah, that's the thing. I think I'm gonna have to and go there, um, and and prove to myself that the vision that I have in my head is either absolutely true or absolutely false. I think it's gonna be absolutely true. Yes, exactly. So yeah, I don't know. The thing that I did when I was in Japan, I did some meetups for designers. Like there is the one that I've talked about before, which is called what the fuck is it? It is called Spectrum. Spectrum Tokyo is the one that I've I go to. It's events that happen like basically every month. And so in all of these things, we have um, and for Japanese people and for English speakers, and it's basically ensuring that 1 month is an event in English, 1 month or the next event is in Japanese, or mostly in Japanese. And so that way you can exchange with uh, all the people, which is really good. So, you know, that, yeah. Um, but you have 2 options with products, which is potential. Uh, yes, you can 100% make a product, that's for sure. But right now, if you want a product that works, you need to ensure that either you building it is interesting enough so that people are interested in the product or at least testing it out, or the thing that you're trying to fix with that product is going to get you some users in the long term. Um, but yeah, like that's kind of the situation. But it is viable. It is viable as we have seen in the past. There is like a lot of people that have been getting um, how can I say, successful apps, successful buyouts in 6 months. So why not? Why not? And then B2C is, I wouldn't say that it's harder. Are you gonna make it, Martin? God, they impress. Impress. That's that almost sentence. That is impressive. But yeah, like if you have an app or product or service that you would think would work for a company for something, yes, do it. God damn, that was close. Um, if you have a job right now, I forgot if that's the case. I think that's still the case. But if you have a job right now and you want something else on the side so that you have things to do, which is the situation, I think, um, I would say keep the job, do the thing when you have some times, whatever the thing is, and the more of the thing you do, the better you will be or become. So, you know, if it's your first product and you're like, I don't know exactly what I'm doing, but I'm trying something and it works, cool. And it's your first product and you don't know what you're doing and it doesn't work, cool, you learn something. I mean, that's how I see things. Like right now, I'm doing Can. I'm spamming it today because it makes sense to me. Like that's something that I need. Most people that are reviewing the app and having a look and so on are giving us good reviews overall. Um, no, 1 second. Right, there is like I have a 5-star review for some reason with 3 ratings, but then when I'm on my phone and I'm looking at it, I have 12 ratings and I'm at 4.5 or 4.7. So I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm on the iPad version. I really don't understand the App Store here because we don't have like I don't know who that is, but that's way too excited for me to trust them. But like 3 ratings out of 5 is pretty good. Like I'm not gonna complain about it. Uh, you know, so that's the type of thing we can do. That's the thing that you will have to get like people interested. You would have to need some reviews and interest and so on. Oh, ah, oh, holy shit! I am so dying. I've had my injection last night, and it's been. I mean, my legs have been kind of going down yesterday, 2 days ago. So not going great. Fine, it's fine. Don't worry about it. But yeah, like if you want to build something. Like that's the end point, right? Just do something that you want to build would make sense. You can think of it as a freelance project on yourself. Like let's say that you contracted yourself to do something, to build an app, and then you build the thing, and maybe that works. Eh, eh, could work. Yeah, there is also that cross keys for sure. The portfolio fatigue is something that Cat, for example, right now is kind of having. I have as well. I need to do mine as well. Again, I hate it. I mean, as well. Not really, but kind of. This is something that we haven't really talked about in a long time. I'm derailing myself in the same way that it works. Portfolios for designers and other product people, devs, and so on. Usually, what happens is you have a portfolio, and that is pinky as fuck. Uh, you have a portfolio, and you need a portfolio because you need a job, and then you get a job, and then your portfolio gets forgotten, and then you change jobs maybe 2 years later, a year later, 3 years later. For me, it was 6 years later, and you need a portfolio again because you need a new job. And so that implies that at the time where you need the portfolio again, you need to update everything. And the amount of work that needs to be there is greater than the amount of energy that you have because you just got laid off or you just went on vacation for 3 weeks, 2 years here, and so on. My recommendation, something that I try to do most of the time, is ensure that your portfolio is up to date with the content that you want to have. That way, it's just, I've worked on this thing. We the the case study. It's added on my portfolio. My portfolio is up to date with something that I'm currently working on. And then I'm finishing that project. I update the case study, and then I move to another project in my company. And then that case study gets created, and so on and so forth. And therefore, you end up with something that is as up to date as it can be. Your presence on the web is updated by crawlers and all these things with the SEO that is based on search, and you get referenced, and therefore you are higher in search, so on. Your thing is up to date or updated as often as it needs to be. Thing is, I hate doing writings, so I don't do that. I prefer to do like a YouTube video about something. Would be much faster. Lately, I've been doing like 3 to 4 minutes video because it makes way more sense to me. And I might just do that for case studies as well, because that way I can have the case study for like 4 minutes, me explaining what the product was and what I did and how it came to be, and then potentially transcribing that video into something, having it as an article underneath, and maybe some research and pictures and things underneath as well. But yeah, that's the thing. 120% could be good if it's from the bottom right corners, which is going to be here for you. It just that works. Um, I don't think you can double your income. Then let's be real. I don't. I don't think you would have the ability to do that. The reason why I'm saying this is ahead of you. The reason why is not because you don't have the skills, it's because you don't necessarily have the time. If you are working with a company or at a company and you are under the responsibility of someone else and you have things to do at times and you are becoming a freelancer, there are times where some of the freelance job that you will have will require more of your uh, like more of your time than your regular job in order to get the money that you want to get, in order to double your income. So there's that. The second thing is you can double your income thing that you're receiving, but your taxes on the freelance work and your taxes on the job are not the same. So in order to get doubling your income that you're currently making, you need to work so much more that it makes less sense to keep the steady job because like you want that much money and therefore freelancing is making a lot more sense because you can price yourself as much as you want and you basically take off like 30% for taxes and shit. But yeah, um, so that's the reason. So if you wanted to double your income without having to lose the time that you currently have for the work that you have and you want to keep that job, product is going to be easier. And if you don't care, you really have like 75% of your time right now at the job is no work and you can't do anything, then maybe freelance is an option. But you need to be kind of certain that in 5 months, you will still be at 25% of your time is only on that job and nothing else. Um, Other than that, not an option. I think you can supplement your income by having like one client here and there, but you will not double your income. That is for sure. And again, this is not like a statement about how good you are because I know how good you are. It's a statement about time and availability for both sides. If you have something that is stable, it will require you to get like more involved in the stable thing when needed, and that will move stuff away from the freelancing clients that requires you at any given time. Also, yeah, the thing is, he's now in Canada, so I don't think it's useful or a good idea. Like if it was in the US, why not? I wouldn't be against it. But he might, because just being deported is fine. Like in Canada, and I wouldn't. I wouldn't. So yeah, there's that. Um, it's really just a burnout preventment, burnout preventing methods I'm giving you right here. Of I know where you are in your designer life cycle. I remember being there as well, where I was just hungry for work. I just wanted to work every second of the day and do the thing that I like to do. Yeah. If I had picked up freelancing at that time, it would have been great. Why? But no. Yeah, I know. I know. I mean, I told you. Don't say no when you said exactly where you wanted to go. I told you exactly that would happen. Yeah, the cost of living of or the difference of cost of livings between where you were and where you are now. Yeah, you need like a more than 100K because 100K in Canada and the US is basically nothing. I know. Like that's the reason why me in France, 60 to 70K is fine. It's above most of the people that are here. If I really need to survive, 24K is fine. That's the situation. So yeah, and then going back to Japan because I was there. Um, in Japan, the based things, uh, uh, I guess. Let me see if this one works. I think this one works. If I'm paid monthly and I'm saying that I'm getting 6 mil months, um, 6 mil months, I'm getting taxed at 40%. So I'm basically getting 3 mil months. Uh, that is 2K a month, roughly. 2 point, yeah, 2 point something. And technically, uh, that's mostly like annual pay, other than monthly. So it's not good. It is not good. And so Japanese wages are really, really low. Like most of the designers that I've seen are currently at 4 mil, 8 mil max. So a bit of a weird situation when at the end of the day or at the end of the year, technically you are getting like almost nothing. And it's yeah, as I said, like the pay that I'm used to in France, if I do the same job in Japan, I'm basically getting a 40% cut on what I'm used to make. But then the cost of living is really much lower. So that's the thing. And then you moved into one of the countries that is with a value that is different. But yeah, again, like with my brain and what I'm seeing or thinking about money, 100K is 100K. That doesn't mean anything. And 6 mil in Japan, or technically what I'm aiming for, which is like more 12 mil a year. 12 million yen a year is pretty good, but it's not necessarily good. But also, the number is just 12 million. So if I'm paid 12 million, it sounds really big, and that's just because the currency itself doesn't give me much, so I need more. And you can be a millionaire in Japan because it's a lot more currency, and so for you, it's like 100K, and that's fine. But yeah, um, I think the easiest way to like build something that ensure wealth in the next year or 2 years is to have um, dead grandparents, dead parents, dead siblings on the same year, and then you get the inheritance. That's gonna be the easiest way because I mean, if they have something. Other than that, we don't have a lot of options. I I'd say the easiest way is going to move jobs. Like you job hop for a bit and freelancing. Though you need to make sure that your freelance clients understand that you are working mostly uh, on weekends, so that you're not like full focus on their work. But yeah, you don't have like currently, specifically now, you don't have a lot of options to make a lot of money really quickly. Um, other than again meeting people that are wealthier than you, that will help. Uh, and then trying to do stuff for them for the same way that they are doing it. So yeah, like freelancing is going to be the easiest for the 1 to 2 year time range. Creating a product that is worth everyone's time is a second option, but it's more complex because you don't have necessarily the skills to do that just yet. I mean, me neither. Just again, not a you thing. It's just a um, yeah. As I said many times, like my prices are going from 0 to roughly 120K to 150K when it's like a big ass company. And if I'm getting like one client a year at a project that is priced at like 60K, I'm good for a while. And if you are making like uh, pricing your project at like 5K, 2K, 1K here and there, you need more work. But because I'm priced higher than most people in general, I just need to work way less. I work for the thing that I'm interested in, and then if I have a client that is interesting and that is willing to pay my tax bracket, basically, I can then bring them in. Sure. But I mean, again, the client that I didn't take that I referred to you took it, you got some job from there. So, it worked. Yeah, you can do that 100%. Um, the thing is, your 4 more hours a day implies a lot of things, and it really depends on you. It depends on how you currently are physically, mentally, health wise, um, your goals, the thing that you want to do. Like, again, if you really need just the money, it's feasible. Just like you real basically not exist for anyone else. Like, you're just gonna work, which is an option. But yeah, like think again, if you are doing like $80 an hour pre-tax at 4 hours a day, right? That's what you say. You will have a client that will say, um, "Oh, I need this faster than expected. We need the deadline to be like shorter than what it needs to be." So your 4 hours is now 6 hours for a week, right? Or your weekend is now non-existent, and your girlfriend doesn't exist anymore. Your going out to eat doesn't exist anymore, and you're just working for your freelance clients. You will make your 100K on top of what you're already making, for sure. But you don't have a life battle, which is fine. But yeah, I don't know if you had a girlfriend, Ken. Maybe. Had Adam. that's the thing. Then if you have a product, going back to your product idea, if you have a product that you think would be potentially good, Kane, hi, welcome back. How are you? If you have a product or an idea of something that you think could work, that is digital, you will be probably eaten by something, right? You might make it. You might not make it. No, you're not making it. Uh, so yeah, yeah, I know. So if the product that you have in mind, let me say that again, or attempt to end this sentence that I was trying to say. If the product that you have in mind is a digital product, you will have competition. You already have competition, and the only way for you to be congrats to be the only way for you to be successful is to do what they are currently doing better, faster, or cheaper than them. And the thing is, at the rate at which things are moving, the the day that you make something faster, the next week someone have figured out what you're making, and the next months they already have matched your speed or exceeded it. So if it's a digital product, it's gonna be really competitive if it's a market that is kind of saturated, not necessarily saturated, but kind of saturated. If the thing that you're trying to do is specialized, you have a lot more options. Like something that we talked about before is the the manufacturer, like physical manufacturer of the dentist chairs, right? These robotic chairs that gives dentists like a lot of tools and access and lamps and things. These dust. Hi, welcome in. I kind of am, yes. Uh, the these people, these manufacturers of chairs for dentists, are making banks because it's like 100K per chair, you know? So I don't know how much it costs to make, but they are selling them for high price. And they don't really have competition there. There is a lot of buyer of entry because as a newcomer, you don't have enough money to, pay the manufacturers to do like supply chain and all the shit. But nonetheless, this is like a niche environment in which there is a lot of money. When you go into product and software, you will have a lot of issues because there is competition, and there is competition the day that your things come out. Like, I made a Japanese learning app, and since I did, and I've been on the internet since then, I have seen 15 more pop out. And because I'm not doing my marketing properly, I'm not getting enough clients. But yeah, uh, services, why not? But same thing. Like, if you're selling your time for money, then you are losing time during the day, and so your life, work-life balance things is going out of whack for no reason other than yourself. Um, and if you go physical, you need to have like a lot of things. Like the best option or the best presentation, no, that's not the thing that I have in mind. The best representation of something that kind of worked, right? These guys, or technically that guy, because it's just one person, had created one keyboard once, right? And I think it was one of these. nonetheless, decided to build this thing, built the PCB himself, figured out how to make the keys and the keycaps and the software and all that goes with it because it makes sense. And then because it's made by hand and assembled in his living room, basically, and shipped by hand and all of that, the price tag on these bitches is way too high. Right? For me, a keyboard shouldn't be like $300. But for someone that is interested in this, yeah, 100%, that makes sense. So this is an option of a product, and 90% of the research and development and thing that happened here is good because it's not who's manufacturing technically, but then because it's like small amount of production, I understand the prices, but it's annoying. But that's the thing. That's one of the physical thing that exists. Like one of my friends' ex, then hi, welcome on. Yeah, it does. Also, how are you? Who are you? How did you find this room? Welcome on. Thank you for chatting. My brain just froze for a second. Better salary from main job is going to be job hopping. Denny, that's your best option. Specifically in Canada and the US, job hopping is a good option. You kind of burn the bridges with the current company that you're in. That did a lot for you right now in terms of moving you from your initial country to where you are currently, and helping you to find like a place to stay and so on. So that's I would stay at least a year and a half or a year to that company if you can. If you can't, I get it. So that's option one. Option two, job hopping, right? Option one, job hopping. Option two, asking for a raise, right? You just arrive. I get it. It's annoying, but sometimes just life happens, things happen, and you need more money right now. Asking for a raise based on past experience that they have with you and your reliability, the production that you have made, the huge benefits that you have added to the team, blah 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 bullshit that you want to add on top of the discussion that you can have will help you to get like a raise. So that's the number two. You stay at the same job, but that's the thing. Option number three is going to be stay at the job without a raise, but then you know, light freelance on the side just to supplement a bit of income. Why not? You're gonna probably get eaten by the clients, which is annoying, which we don't like. And that basically remove every freedom you have at this point, which is annoying. Like you lose your weekend, you lose your afternoon, you lose your evenings, in exchange for money. So that's the thing. And then lastly, you said product, which is yes, option 3.5. Option 4, product is going to be an option to build something. But in order to do that, you probably have to do what Dust has done. And yeah, you're moving to full time. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I had nothing. But yeah, you kind of need to have like a product that is successful enough to either get acquired. I don't know what happened. Just maybe it happened, or get noticed, and or um, and yeah, and or just find a company that you fuck with and be good with it, and then do that. I mean, at least for me, that's the thing. Seeing things that don't work. Second, why? That doesn't work. Why is that? Yeah, yeah, that's what the fuck it is. I've not triggered a lot of them. The mic wasn't plugged in. My bad. Technically work, but not really, but kinda. That's good, Dust. That's good news. That is good news. But yes, I would say that's your option, Lenny. I don't know how, going back to the fact that you got a girlfriend now, that happens. I'm sorry about it. I'm not. I'm lying. That's cool. But like now that you have someone else in your life that you kind of like, and they probably kind of like you, I don't know. I hope so. That you want to spend time with, and probably have some activities, and that these activities cost money. Sadly, most of the time, depends. It's not, it's not good or a good time to take like a second job, specifically if it's the beginning. Like that's not good. So stay in the current job and ask for a raise, because things in your life happen. Like you have now a partner, whatever you want to do with it, right? That could be a good enough reason for them to accept some sort of a raise for you. Or um, job hop. I wish no, but why not? Look around. Maybe look around. Like in where you are there companies that are hiring for your role? Are there companies that are listing salaries? Usually not, but sometimes. And if they do, you can say when you're asking for a raise, well, I've seen that in the area, like we've been talking about it, the prices of rent is about here. I'm moving in with someone else. Even if it's fake, you can bullshit things. That happens. But I'm moving in with someone else. The price of rent is higher,
Zenla 2 is
and
now following.
you know, I need more money. What happens? Then thanks a lot for the follow. I appreciate it. For coming in again. I mean, from the discovery page is pretty nice. From the search, that's neat. Because you discovered, also because I didn't really introduce myself. Doesn't really matter, but it kind of does. We are doing design stuff around here most of the time, but also a lot of chatting and a lot of helping in general. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask. But most likely, if you have design questions, feel free to ask. It's even more targeted and on point for this stream. But yeah, welcome in again. So yeah, don't job hop. That would be my recommendation. It can happen. And ask for a raise. Say that you have a bigger flat because you now have a second person with you, so that costs more and whatever. And because you did that, you looked for salaries in the area for your level of experience and so on. Even though that feels wrong, I hate doing this. I don't know exactly how it is in Canada for asking for raises. There is, and also I don't know exactly the company itself, like how they react to these types of things. Because if you say that you've looked around for salary ranges in the area, some of the managers are thinking, "Oh, I'm losing that person. I'm going to fire them immediately so that I don't have to pay them more." And nonetheless, they have looked for other jobs anyway, so that means they are not as invested in the company anymore. So that, not useful for the brand. That's it. There are some people that say this. There are also some people that say, "Oh, so you want to be sure you are at fair value at the market level," which is fine. I understand that that's the two side that we have. But yeah, um, I don't know. You've been working with them for a while now. Like it's been more than 6 months if we combine the fact that you've worked with them when you were freelancing from farther away. So I get it. Um, and then there is also another thing that is pretty important to check with is the person that you're with right now, right? Even though if it's a new girlfriend, and obviously like it's not, you don't know just yet how much um, longer you're going to stay together, if it's going to be forever, if it's going to be for 3 months, if it's going to be anything. So if you don't want to blow it up, don't. But you might benefit from having a conversation with them and just say, well, you like the thing that we have together. I do want to sustain a bit better of a life together if that's good with you, and therefore I'm willing to take on a bit more responsibility of at work or freelance jobs to help with the thing that we can do, and therefore I might be less available. Would that be something that is working with you as a partner in this relationship or not? I know it sounds really transactional how I'm saying it, but it's kind of working. Like you ensure that the person you live with, not really not now, but soon, maybe, I don't know, it depends. We'll see. Uh, is willing to either do the same thing as you or just to uh, help in that potential more work. Like maybe that person that you are with right now is also someone that is or would be willing to do something. Like going back to the product creation thing, if you think that your product is viable and something that would be feasible to bring to market and then have the market be interested in it, and that person is someone that would like to sell the thing, do the marketing for it, potentially have some copy or code if that's what they do. I don't know, or do some like marketing if it's like influencing TikToks, Instagram type of situation, and they are willing to help you in the endeavor of creating that product and marketing it, selling it, or doing whatever. You know that why not? Why not try it out? Because that way, you know that the person that you're with is willing to like basically work with you on something that would make both of your lives together, um, and both of your lives better together. Sorry, that a word that disappeared from what I said. And so with that, right, you basically ensure that we are working on the same thing together. The thing is, again, if you break up, what happens? Like, are they 50-50 in the company? Are you making a company on your own and they are like a salary employee type of thing that works for free in the beginning, which is really sad, but it can happen? Or is it like a 50-50, 51-49 type of situation? Which means that when you break up, take half. We never know. So there is like a lot of discussion to have in terms of sustaining one's relationship and sustaining the kind of life that you want to have. So it doesn't cost much to just have a conversation with the person that you're with. And same thing, it doesn't really cost much to have a conversation with your boss, with your manager, with someone else in the company to know if they would be willing to have a raise because you've been working there for a year. Um, and like if it's been exactly a year, you can bring that up as a, a 1 year assessment, right? Like a skill assessment 1 year after joining the company, even though in the beginning it wasn't really joining the company, but you've been working there for a year and you just want to have a bit of a check and know how they see your work, how they see your skills, how they see your value in the company. doesn't cost anything just to have a chat. And as long as you don't bring it in a I need more money type of situation, you should be fine, right? So I would do that. I would have a chat at work. If the chat at work doesn't go into a raise, um, have a freelance client here and there. Like, don't do too much. Have a chat with the person that you're with right now, and then if that doesn't work, have more freelance clients, um, and or go all in the product that you are thinking could be good. Right? That doesn't the same thing. That doesn't really cost anything other than your time in the beginning. Like, it's just you have an idea of a product. It might be successful. It might not be successful, but you will not know until you have it. And at the speed at which we are building things today, uh, you know, it's with an E, with an E. But yes, uh, you know, need to learn how to write the thing the other way around because you are seeing it reversed. Yeah, I don't know. Just my derails. Um, yeah. If the product that you think would work, that's good, right? Like, it's pretty cool. I think the easiest way right now is content marketing is the most viable way to project and define if a product is going to be good. Um, but yeah, I think like there is a new product for Japanese that popped out that is I think it's called Taigo, which is okay, no, it's not Taigo. Taigo? Ah, there is like a new thing that I'm seeing on TikTok all day, and I hate it because it's really shit. But um, yeah, the thing it exists. So I think I personally would go for product just because it gives you more freedom in the thing that you can do because right you work for yourself and it's just like you work on it when you have the time. If you think about CK, for example, PG, you've seen how many apps and products he have made, right? There is the courses, there is the OS app, there is the uh, Japanese widgets. I think there was like an Apple Watch thing at some point, I forgot. But all of that, right, is things that um, basically gave him more skills that now he can market as part of his package, right? His designer with the dev skills for Swift UI, for React Native, so for other things. Makes sense. And therefore you're paid more. So yeah. It's not necessarily more money up front. That's the thing. Um, building for Android, if you just want to build for Android, it's gonna cost you 25 bucks. That's it. If it's an app. If it's a software that is hosted on the web, you need to buy the domain and the infrastructure, and the cost of all of that is um, necessary as well. But if it's something that is on the Mac, you need to pay $100 per year to have access to the developer program. Apple, which is expensive for no reason, but it's good still. uh, but if it can be browser based for the MVP, then do it browser based in the beginning, and then make an Electron app, which is just wrapper with your browser based thing like Figma is. And then you're good. You have it for all the platforms. And that only costs you the cost of the infrastructure that goes with it, which is a database for big account management database as well. So WorkOS or Plug gonna be good for that. And then the thing that you want to build, you build the thing, and then it works. That's yeah. That's also a good point. But yeah, you can do that, and then you have your MVP, you have your things, and yeah, I don't think you can compete with linear, but I'm hopeful. I'm saying this because linear is massive. Like it's going against linear is gonna be kind of a lot of work. But I'm going against Duolingo, so I get it. As I was saying earlier, one of the reasons that I built Can in the first place, this thing, funny, is because it was missing something in Duolingo that I didn't have. And since the last update, we have it now. So because I complained about it and I built an app about it, basically, it's now integrated in their software. And that took us 8 months for them to maybe figure it. And, I'm complaining about it. And now it's there. It's not as good as the thing that I put in place, but it's still there. So the more I'm complaining about it, the better it's going to be on Duolingo, and then it's sad. Indeed, it is sad. Exactly that. But yes, if you have moved from one software to another, from one software to not using the software at all, because there are things that are missing, yes. The thing is, I don't know enough, and I don't know if you know enough about the size of linear and what they do. Like, infrastructure wise, what is necessary to make it work, what is necessary to have the speed that they have, what is necessary for you to know in order to optimize the product to be viable, no bug, no issues, nothing. Like, again, the first version of Pan was really good in terms of experience, in terms of speed, in terms of everything that I put in place. Like, everything in the first 3.5 pages, right? This, 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 good. As you can see, accessing the dictionary, the last page, had a slight delay. There is like a 0.32 hang something, because there is more data in there that needs to be loaded, right? And so I'm just 1 year into it. I'm going to count 1 year. It's less than a year, but I'm just 1 year into it. I'm already hitting some spots where speed needs to be like way greater than what it is right now. As I showcased earlier, I tap, it takes a while to navigate, and then it loads the content. And then when I'm here, each of my like questions are also that's a lot of the same questions, bitch. Um, um, I guess there is a teeny tiny amount of lag right there that I don't like either. And then the whole thing has a bit of an issue in terms of performance. And I need to improve on that to be relevant. Because when I'm comparing the speed of Duolingo and other apps, there is no hangs. There is everything is really smooth and everything works. And so since I added like these dictionaries and the complexity that goes behind for the past few months, the app is getting less annoying or more annoying than before, right? And so less usable in total. This app is extremely simple. It is uh, data used on repeat, like that. That's what it is. I have the data on the phone, and then the phone is giving you, or the device is giving you like what you need for the quiz that you are trying to do. That's it. It's that simple, and it's supposed to work extremely fast. Since I added the new version of analytics, I am getting hangs on everything because I need to capture data basically on every action that the user is taking. So every time that there is something that happens, there is some data that needs to be taken and captured and held and transformed and understood and added to a calculation somewhere else. This is extremely simple still, but with my lack of skills, because let's be honest, I don't have skills there, it's starting to be a bit of a mess. And it made me today remove the entirety of this page to limit it to like 3 data type, like just 3 types to load the page. Right now, if I tap on kanjis, it doesn't load. Like it doesn't have the content because it is broken. So all of that is, again, with one very, very, very tiny app that is running on device, that doesn't need a user account, that doesn't need anything, that doesn't need an internet connection or anything. It's just on device content. It's already pissing me off for the amount of lags that it's getting. Linear, even if it is an MVP that you are trying to get, and you are competing with linear, as I always say, you need to be at market level, if not above. So if linear is what you are trying to compete with, you need to be here. Like same level. You can't be there. That's not an option. Because if that's the competition, you need to be at least that level of competition, best above. What you're saying is that linear is having some issues because you're trying like moving away from it because there are something that they don't have right now. Which you could have just a thing that they don't have and work with that. But then this is a supplemental thing from them. Like linear doesn't exist with these features, so you are building these features so that you can have both at the same time, right? That's the point. This is a strategy that would work if you are good enough. I don't doubt. And the only strategy that this would bring would be I'm building something that is missing on linear, and then I'm hoping that linear buys me back. Like linear sees that this is something that they need, and they see that the amount of work that I've put in is worth more than them building the same thing on their sides. Because you have that now, right? If linear is your competition, they see you build something that is to complement them, they can either acquire you and say, well, it's easier to just absorb the tech, the thing that you built because it works. Or they say, these features that that person is doing is pretty cool, and we're going to just build it because we have the money, we have the resources, we have the devs to do it, and it's probably going to be better because it's integrated by default. So that is usually what happens, right? You have Figma, for example. I'm going to take an example that is really simple. That is doing something, we hate it, and then we say we need to have this feature inside of Figma. And we add that feature inside of Figma with a plugin. And then Figma figured out that that plugin has been downloaded way too many times. So that means that that feature is necessary inside of the app by default. And because they know how the app works and they know how to integrate it like seamlessly with whatever it is, they make it as a core part of the app. And then something like rotate copy, which is a plugin that was pretty useful, useless now. You have rotate copy inside of Figma by default. Something like DSO, Design System Manager, that used to have like good things, kind of useless, useful for some things, but kind of useless overall because the library swap is pretty good or good enough. Basically the same thing that Figma has done by default. So that is usually what happens, right? The company that sees someone else is doing something that is could be beneficial for them, they just either acquire you or they duplicate what you've done. Yeah. So yeah, that's the thing. The only chance, the only chance you have to get acquired is, again, if the tech that you have or the thing that you are bringing are so good and so well made and converting so many people to go from linear to your stuff, then they're like, okay, cool. So that thing needs to be inside of our apps for sure. And they are still losing customers that are moving to you, then they acquire you because you are threats to themselves. But then when that happens, if you really are a threat, then that's it. Like you don't need to do anything. You are now a software company and you do that thing that is a competition. But it's going to be kind of hard. Again, going back to the thing that I said in the beginning, if linear is your competition or your initial thing that you're trying to compete with, it is really hard to get to market level, the same level that they currently have. So that's why getting something that is similar but not exactly the same would work. Like for me, for Duolingo, for example, I have like a space repetition with a way that is like a bit of an edge compared to where I am on a very, very limited chunk of things where it's just thing that you're interested in and vocabulary that you're interested in. That's it. Like there is no writing, there is no sentence structure, there is no grammar, there is nothing else. It's just like I do vocabulary really well, and that's it. And I don't want more than that. And right now I'm trying to do analytics really well, and that's breaking the app because it's not the core of the app. God damn. So yeah, going back to what Dust said, going into software is going to make your hair fall out. So yeah. So you can. The thing is, Jira, whatever, Atlassian is a massive company. That's not there is a lot of people that wants to get out of this because it is a massive company. So they want to pay less for potentially less feature, but just the feature that they need. And that's what Monday did. And Monday started to be kind of massive as well. So then there is Dovetail that happens. And Dovetail is cheaper because they do less stuff, but then they are starting to have more stuff and it's starting to cost more. Yeah, you get the idea. So if you can make something that is, again, faster, cheaper, better, one of the three, you could. The cheaper is the best option, and the faster is also the best option. So I would always look for something that is cheaper than and faster than to achieve what I'm trying to do. But yeah, like my previous company, we basically pivoted into project management software as well. So that's why I know Jira, Linear, Monday, Sail, Toggle, which all these things. Let me see if I have the files. We talked about it before. Um, did I call that analysis or comparison? I forgot, and Figma is dying. Yeah, that you know that file specifically, which I've done like a bit of research on potential competitor that we had when we were into potentially going in product management. Um, that um, that is like here there is like less things. I have tested so many apps and software to ensure that this thing contained everything that we needed. Um, and in the no section, for example, um, there are things that are really good, but they were not at the level that I wanted to have for the product. So yeah, like build yourself one of these if you want to. It's really simple. That I personally love to do that, but it's just you have the URL of your content, and so you have what section of the business it is. If it's project management, if it's like analysis, workflow, whatever, automation, you define the link that will be used so that you just have access to it and you can just click on it, see if it still exists, so on. Then have the plans. Usually they have three, and sometimes they have just two. Your perceived ease of use or ease of use of whatever you want to call that with multiple values or what you think is good or necessary for the product to be viable or viable competitor to your initial thing. And then the answers you need is what I kind of like to have to just say, well, would this work with what we currently have? Maybe. And probably yes. And based on the fact that it has a free tier, it is really easy to use, and it also like answer the thing that we're trying to do. This is a good concurrent or competitor or reference for myself as the designer to go in and say, I'm looking for this, which apparently has died. Um, and, and this thing, uh, was good enough at the time to copy or duplicate or do something. But again, I am almost certain that a lot of these links are now kind of dead. And this is research that I've done in 2020, 2019? 2019 or 2020? One of the two. I would say 2019. So it's been like 6 years. And in 6 years, the first two that were our main competitor, good things to copy, are out of business. Or at least their links are out of business. And like Infinity exists, Product Board exists still, which is making a lot of sense. Avocoots probably still exist. It doesn't. Um, it's dead. Coda might have died. Still there. Cool. and Cascade is still there. I know I used it like not long ago. But yeah, like out of this, 3 of them are dead. So yeah, ClickUp is also something that we have looked at deeply. You know, it's there. But yeah, there is this thing. Like you basically need to do the 4 pros and cons list, competition list, what exists, what doesn't exist. The most important thing I would say right now is going to be figure out who is currently on the market. Because if you find something else, like let's say you have your ID and for some reason it already exists, but it's not known, what you need to do is the marketing. Like you can have the same thing that already exists, but you just market it better, and that's success. You could have the best product in the world, but if you don't market it well enough, which is my current situation, like Can is not marketed enough from my taste to be successful. Like I need something to be in front of more people more often to make sure that like people know that it exists and that it's big. So yeah, but like do your research right now. You can do if you use Perplexity or if you use ChatGPT or all of these things, Dia, if you have access to Dia, which you do, I think. Um, use their deep thinking, their deep search thing. Um, like one of the thing that I've been using lately, which is pretty useful, is like the research section. There, you're right, fine, fine. Deep thinking indeed. Um, like no, not thinking like this. um, like the research section where you can say I'm looking for something, and then it's just going to do some research for you. So, for example, one of my last chat for the growth strategy, I needed to do something like a bit of research about the timeline of Figma. I had like something that felt pretty good, but I wasn't sure in some ways. So I did some analysis, and it went through the entire web, to get a look at some articles, some things, some whatever, to get more information. And therefore, I'm getting these things, and I have like my links for what or where things are coming from, which is pretty useful because that way I can just go in, check exactly if the statement that has been marked right there is the truth or if it's not the truth. For example, this one, the entire payload team has been using Figma deeply for a long time, is not necessarily true or like not phrased the same way. So, you know, it's just weird. But nonetheless, like these types of features in Claude, in Perplexity, in ChatGPT, in whatever fucking thing you want. DeepSeek has the same thing. Uh, you know, if I remember correctly, they do have the chat.deepseek thing, whatever. I forgot where it is. Here, they have like a deep thinking, which is not good, but they have search, and search is going to be good enough in the beginning to give you that. This is free. So, you can do that. Kimi is also pretty good, right? Yeah. uh, Kimi has a lot more thinking, tokens, and some research, which is not like good enough, but Kimi is really good for file analysis, and that's why we have like a lot bigger token window. But yeah, if you have ChatGPT Pro, you can use ChatGPT Pro to go into like the search the web, and you can also do like the think longer or deep search. You're not on Pro, you have 5 for free, so they exist. They all have it. So you can do that. You can do that. I see, and I hear you hear me, but you don't, not there. I don't like the. We talked about it earlier today. Right there. It is right there. I don't like it. I see the point. I don't like the UI, and making it uh, inside of Arc would have been so much better. And I feel like it's roughly what they wanted to do with their Command F Ask Max thingy that they did like a year and a half ago, 2 years ago. But yeah, I understand why they haven't done it though. Like let me be clear. I get it. Because Arc is already a sidebar with your tabs, and Dia is a sidebar with your chat. So that means that technically your content for the website that you're watching is going to be this. So I understand. Like they don't want this. They want you to have a good web experience, and therefore the wider the screen is, the better it's going to be. So you could just say, well, it's going to be a floating window, and it's on top of the website wherever it is. It's just triggered by the top. But no, to me, it should have been 100% an addition to Arc because it makes way more sense. Well, technically speaking, I get it. Like, you want the user to have a good experience in browsing the web, and then DI is basically an agent that is running in the background while things are happening. So I get it, but I don't like it. I don't like design. I think there are some stuff that are good looking, like the new tab animation is cool. The chat itself is really nice because it's currently free, but I'm in beta, it's free, and then chat is going to be paid. So I don't want to use it. Like, I don't want to train it today in beta, figure that it's good, and then when they roll out a paid tier, have me say, well, I'm losing something that is really good, and I'm going to have to pay for this. Like, I don't want to do that. So yeah, that's the situation, at least right now. For the I guess it's a good looking thing, but it's basically Chrome, so I don't have any interest for it. And then Chrome is adding the same thing with Gemini integrated in the top right corner with a floating window, so that it's accessible from everywhere. Gemini is way faster than the and Gemini, and I like it better. So I don't know. It's also runnable from everywhere. Like you can add the Gemini add-on on Arc by default as well. So you do have the ability to do so. It's just like they didn't want to, which is kind of sad because they should have. Nonetheless, that's the thing. So I I I would say for you, you should use like a deep search feature on one of the existing tools that we have. Um, and Perplexity might be the best option for that. ChatGPT is really good. Um, but overall, do research, do deep analysis. Sometimes it takes like 15, 20 minutes, an hour to do the research with ChatGPT. So take your time, run it in the background when you are doing dinner. Sometimes works. Sometimes works. Yeah. But yeah, there is so much thing that can happen, to be honest. So much option for you to build the tools that you think would be good. From there, have success, failure, learnings, acquisition, competition. I mean, there is so many outcomes that can happen. I'd go for it. I'd go for it. I would just say ensure that the thing that you're trying to build is maintainable, that you know exactly what you're doing in terms of product definition and direction in which you want to go. Because if you don't, you're gonna have some issues. And then the last point is going to be, and that's also, I mean, that is for everyone right now, including myself, and I'm not following these. I know. I'm trying to convince myself to do it, but I can't. Post about it. Step off the way. Any fucking step off the way. Just make sure that you are spamming everyone about the thing that you are building. Maybe on a secondary account. But bam. Like, it's annoying. It needs to. Like, if I go into do we have, is this the one? I don't know if that's the one. No, that's not the one. Someone that I've seen lately have been posting about the fact that months ago, they were at zero revenue. They had no agency, nothing. And then they decided to build an agency, and the only thing that they did was post about it on Twitter. And yeah, like, dang. That's the crazy thing. Like, you post every day, think that people are like just looking at, and that brings interest. And then you get some clients, and they were talking about something like I think 15K per month in revenue, something like this, which is impressive. And it's like recurring revenue of like 15K. No, not just like this month is 15K, then next month is zero. No. And then the Dubai thing is kind of shit. Please don't. That would be great if you don't. The only reason people go there is because the taxes are non-existent. But it's not worth it, to be honest. Personally, again, as a business owner, I would rather pay my taxes, and as much as I can pay my taxes that is benefiting the space I live in, than not. Like, it's just, for me, it makes sense. But yeah, avoid Dubai at any cost, because just it's just fake. Everything there is just fake. Not recommend at all. But you build the thing with whatever tools you have, and maybe figure out if it works for you, for everyone else. Yeah, I feel like that could be an option, to be honest. I don't think it would double your income this year. it could double your income in 2 years, which I know is a long time. But again, the easiest thing to make money is, I'm going to use a very round number because it's easier for me to do the math, because I can't do math, as the title of the stream implies. Let's say you make 100K a year, right? Round number. Live your life as if you were making 60, and you keep 40 on the side. And the 40 that you have on the side are for emergencies, activities, once a year type of situation, not much. Like, you save that money on the side. And then the 60 that you're using to live your daily life is enough to sustain your food, your rent, and your daily activities with a bit of fun in there. Not too much, but a bit of fun. And I know it seems like you are basically saving 40% of your income for nothing because you don't use it. But if you save that, and then the next year you save 40K again, and then the next year you save 45K because you got a raise, you already have like a very, very, very good amount of money saved that you can do things with. And as soon as you have 100K saved, which is like basically 3 years at 100K, roughly, you get the ability to double that really quickly, and then double that again, faster, and faster, and then you don't need to work anymore. But that's basically like, as soon as you get your first 100K thing, you invest it in something that will make you more. It can be a business, it can be investments, it can be building a company, it can be like going back to Work Louder, which is making keyboards. If I today, right, let's say I have zero, let's say I'm starting at zero, I need to build like a company that builds keyboards, right? That's the idea. I can't, because I am at zero income, like, or zero saving, and I don't have the 100K saved money that will help me basically build the company itself, to talk to manufacturers, get the printing working, get the PCB work, and so on. As soon as you get that threshold of 100K saved, not earned, saved, you basically have the ability to spend 50K on a potential company that you want to build. And that's like initial investment into something that would probably give you twice, 3 times, 50 times as more than your investment. So that's the thing. Like, that's basically how you do double your income. Like, basically what I personally did was investing in stocks and shit, and then that took 45%, so I get like half first 3 years, and then I moved to Japan, and therefore I had to take this winnings with me for that year without a job. But the initial investment is still there, and it hasn't really moved. It's just like, in the past roughly 8 years, I would say, it grew, and then I took out some of the benefits that I got. I lived in Japan for a year without a job. Then I came back here, and now the initial investment that we put it roughly 10 years ago in is back at where I put it in. And it's growing, but the only thing I'm taking out is the benefits / income that I can have. And so that's why I'm still unemployed after 2 years, because I can't do that. Yeah, like that's the initial investment that just let me do that. Much, but still enough. And again, I'm not living my life as if I was winning 80K a month, right? Cakes, and that's about it. I have monsters and cakes. Um, yeah, that's bad. That's bad. The thing is, investing is really a bad idea and a good idea at the same time. If you don't know what you're doing, it's a bad idea. If you do know what you're doing, it's a bad idea most of the times. Um, but I don't, I don't care about it. Like, sorry, let me add the word that got removed in the sentence. I don't take care of it. God damn, that was wild. I have my accountant, which we talked about before. Um, exactly. Also, hi, Papa. The My dad met our accountant. They became friends. He invested some of the things for us, and she's basically as if he was part of the family. Like, it's been like this for a long time now. And so she takes care of us in terms of money related content. So I don't need to worry about it. Like, she knows if there is a stock that is happening to kind of fall down, it's going to be pulled out and then it's going to be reinvested in something. And it's just like micmacs and things that she's doing. And it's working, right? Like, it's absolutely fine. There is no issues there and everything is okay. But I don't take care of it. I have my own investments with trade. We talked about it before, and we have, uh, you know, affiliate codes in Discords, and I'm using this for myself. And I don't have much in there. The only thing that I have is something that tells me that Apple is going down, 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 down. It's not going back up. Um, but like, I mean, I'm just using that for myself because I can. And uh, it I don't know. Uh, like, basically, since the Trump inauguration, it's just going down. It hasn't recovered. That's the thing. Like, the in January, it's just down, and now it's flat. It's still higher than when I bought it in the first place. That makes sense, yes, but still really high. Don't get me wrong. So the thing for investing, and also not financial advice as always, because I don't know shit. I mean, I'm losing more money than most people in my investments, right? Invest in thing that you like, right? So for me, I'm invested in Xiaomi stock because I am a big Xiaomi fan, and it lunch break, sorry, uh, and so that makes sense to me to invest in that company because I believe in what they have. Um, and when you look at it on the year to date, on the 5 years, or on the day, it looks down. On the 5 days, it's pretty up. On the months, it's fine. On the 6 months, it's pretty good. On the year, it's kind of same thing. On the 1 year, it's kind of crazy. On the 5 years, it's impressive. And on everything we had, all right, I'm pretty good. That. Then you have a good rest of your day. Thanks a lot for being here on your lunch break. Appreciate it. But yeah, that's the, like, I like Xiaomi because it makes sense to me. Like that's my phone number two. That's my phone number one. That's my phone. That's Apple. So obviously, um, and like that's the thing. So I do like this stock because it makes sense, but I also don't really care if it goes down. Like I'm currently down on BYD because BYD is pretty good, but also it's currently higher, but it has tanked me. They have issued like a bit of a thing, and it broke my stock for a second. It doesn't really matter. You don't care. Nonetheless, like that's the thing. Like I'm just investing in the company that I do like, and the one that I don't like, I just got out of it. Um, you know, like Li Auto is the other one that I like because I do like uh, Chinese manufactured cars because they make sense. And it's really bad. It's stagnant. It's lower than when it started, and it's basically going back to its point, but it's like really not sustainable. And the reason why it's not sustainable is because it is a Chinese company, and China has a lot of rules in terms of earnings and things, and uh, therefore they can't really make some money. So unless they move out of China, which is not feasible, I'm gonna lose some money on this one. It happens. I don't know if um, you have stocks. I mean, you do have stocks on Heineken, even though it's not really good for sure. Um, it's kind of going down right now, which is interesting to see. But like for me, I'm on Monster. I mean, I'm buying Monster almost every day. Look at it. If I'm, I mean, not the stocks, the cans. Like I have a bag full of cans going in the trash. Right there. All the monsters. Uh, but that stock is because I mean I bought it because I have interest in that company in a way, even though this is like a Coca-Cola company in the background. Yeah, good. That's good. Um, like I also have Tachi things. I have Fast Retails, which are like Japanese companies. I have a lot of Nikkei, which is like really bad right now. Um, it's it's just I mean it's going back up, but it's also not really good. So yeah, it was really good. It was really good. I do agree. And then it crashed, and now it's 70% down from last year for no apparent reasons. So yeah, I would say that's the only thing. Um, like if you are to invest, or if you are to smart invest in something, and you want to use obviously um my links, use my links, please do, please do. They're good. They're good links. We like these links. Good links right there. Use that. That would give you some stocks for free, and that would give me some stock for free. And hmm? Use the links. Yes, you should. Uh, I mean, you too, you should because you are in Europe, and Trade Republic is Europe based, so that's good. Um, Hotbot, I don't think that's a thing that you can have access to. Um, I don't think trade is available in the US. No, it's not. It is not. No, you have Rocket Money and Robinhood and Chase. Chase is mostly Canada, I think. For the investment. Chase in the US is banks. I don't know enough, but yeah. So and something that is pretty interesting as well, which we haven't really talked about before, but uh, bitch, where's the calculator at? Oh, we had one. That's a big ass number. Um, so a quick reminder, right? If you do 27.60 times 365 days, that's 10K. So if you spend or save $27 per day, you basically save 10K per year, right? The thing that most people don't think about, and the way that we phrase it, and that's on purpose. 27 times 30 days is $800 per month. So saving up $800 per month is not necessarily the easiest thing to do. But if you're already saving 40% of your salary and you don't do anything with it, then you could just save $800 a month and invest that somewhere. And that will help. The other thing that we talk about when it comes to investing, and again, this is still not advices, but that dollar cost averaging that we talked about many times is one of the representation that you need to absolutely learn when you understand how things work. If you invest in one go at the beginning of the month or at the beginning of the year or something, and you have someone else that is investing the same amount across multiple dates, output of dollar cost averaging things is going to be better in the long term. Meaning that, you just do 8K one time and then you go back months later, but zero because it didn't really move anything. However, if you invested on all that, overall, it's as if you paid 9 for everything. And so you have a return that is higher than one go. So that is basically what I'm doing. I'm doing $25. No, I'm doing $50 of Xiaomi every weeks. So, like it's not much, but it's something every week. I'm doing $25 of Monster every week as well. I'm doing 50 of Nikkei twice a month, and yeah, like just small amounts. Not, I'm not at 10K saved per year on my own, right? Accountant is doing things, but yeah. I mean, use my link again. It's really good. They have something that is like a save system where you define a save plan, and you can say you want to have like weekly, like this one is weekly, $25 weekly for Apple, $20 weekly for Porsche, $100 twice a month. So basically, this one is $100 per month, This one is $200 per month. This one is $30 per month. This one is $25 per month. And so that's like their saving plan, which is really good. You don't need to do shit about it. You just need to have money inside of your account in there. So basically what happens is I have 600-ish bucks that is going from my main account to app on the 6 of the months, roughly. And it just does its thing. And then every month-ish, I'm getting paid by Apple, by all of my stocks, like dividends. Paid is a big ass word, but I'm getting like $4 here and there. That just compounds on other things, and then it just gets reinvested the next week. You know, it's just automated. And again, if you use the link, I think you get like $30 for yourself, or $20 for yourself, or something. I forgot exactly the rules of this. Yeah. You basically need to open an account and then invest in the first 21 days. So you just open the thing, buy something, whatever. I don't know if there is a minimum for this, but yeah, it's simple. It's simple. But yeah, like these things like Robinhood, which is mostly US, Rocket Money and other things are really nice. And like that's one of the things that if you want to support me without having to sub here or buy some of the thing that I'm making or learn Japanese, this type of shit, going to the affiliate section is really good because it will give you. Do I have that though? No. Uh, sorry, wrong link. So if you go there, you basically get access to most of the links. Some of them are not up to date, to be honest, but it's a way to give me something without giving me anything really, and you get something in return that is mostly something that you're interested in, I guess. Um, some of them are good, some of them are bad. Like this one could, to an extent, give me up to $1,000. Like if you decided to buy like this course through my link, I might get like $800 in one go as affiliate, which is really appreciated. Not gonna complain about this. And then some other things like the NordVPN and NordPass. I don't know if they still works though because I haven't updated them in a while. Apparently they do. I'm basically everything that you're paying here is getting directly to me, which is impressive. Like the affiliate thing for I think the first 100 people that I have uh, that sign up to a yearly plan, I'm getting 100% of the chunk that they are paying, and then everyone that is above that, I'm getting like a percentage. But yeah, I need to pee though. 1 second. Morton also hi. Welcome on in. How are you, Morton? How's that day going? Yeah, you know, there. It's always a good thing. Like, for example, Larkham did the Trade Republic registration, and I got $10 of Netflix stocks. No complaining. It's free money, and I think you get the same thing. You just need to invest a certain amount, I think. So, you know, like we like free money. Free money is always good. Free money is always good. No complaint there. We'd complain sometimes, but not much. Ah, I saw something. Stony, you sent me something as well. You said I got mail for the Switch. I'm guessing it's the 120% thingy. Yeah. Eh. You know what? I think it works. I think it works. It's a tad tiny of a change. But yeah, I kind of like that. Like it makes sense to me. And the text is good as well. Yes. Um, that's a big ass paragraph though. God damn. But you know the song switches is really good. It doesn't really distract the viewers, which is the main point. Again, you want to make sure that you know it's there. Which again, like right now, I'm watching it in full screen, which makes absolutely no sense. No one does that. Um, but if ever, this is big. Like this level of zoom is good. Like this size is pretty good, but when it's not zoomed in, it's already pretty big. So I I could tell you to make it smaller when it's not being zoomed in, and use that at your advantage because it's just like it will take less space and it will just zoom to this stage when it's necessary. That's about it. Um, yeah, but nothing is readable on mobile, to be honest. Like yeah, I'm sorry. Like I really don't care about like uh mobile. I don't think people that are watching dev streams are interested in watching things on mobile because they already have a hard time trying to figure out what is fucking written on the screen on desktop. Then having to watch the stream on mobile, I don't think that's an option. Like I really think this is a bad move. So the only streams that I would have on mobile and be like okay with it would be design streams, obviously when I'm creating some things, or um, like gaming, obviously makes sense, but that's about it, right? Um, is it because you know the code? Because you have your phone in full screen? makes no sense. Not you. This app makes no sense. Nonetheless, right? Yeah, I get it. But again, like this, not readable on mobile, for sure. Like the text, not readable. The number, why not? That, eh, yeah. Yeah, but you're different. Do you watch dev streams on your phone for the dev, or do you watch dev streams on your phone for the stream itself? You know, like, are you there because you like the person that is streaming, or are you there because you like the product that they're working on? But I don't think. I mean, I don't think dev streams are like. I would say dev streams are mostly the only one that are personality and content compared to gaming streams. Like gaming stream is usually, are you good at the game? And then if you're not, it's just your personality, but the combination of both is more rare. So, you know, eh, debates, debates, all day. Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah, but then would you not prefer, if you are reading the code, would you not prefer to be like in an environment that makes more sense, that is making your life easier as a viewer, that is going to help and chat with Dan? Like I understand here, for example, that you are not necessarily needing to be on a big screen, right? I'm tiny, but you don't need me massively on the TV. Makes no sense most of the times. And you know, um, eh, yeah, yeah. No, I get that. I get that. I just wanted some ass. That's the reason. That is the reason. The placement was really good, by the way. No, you're not alone. I'm not saying that you are alone. I'm just saying that it's mobile users have a worse experience most of the time when it comes to reading things. So this chat, for example, is already too small for mobile users. Like I can either read it if I'm really on this and having my phone in front of my face, but then I have the chat underneath. I would rather, read the chat underneath. And so if I have code on stream, then like your ability to read that if I'm on this screen, uh I can't read that. So I need to go in full screen for sure to potentially have the ability to do something or see something, and then so pixelated that I can't see shit. So even if I go in full screen mode, it's such pixels, I can't see shit. And I wouldn't. I wouldn't attempt. So personally speaking, I would not do that. I would not do that. But if you want to, you can. It is an option, yes. 100%. 100%. Nonetheless, it doesn't really change anything in the fact that the music related thing, if you have uh, the widget that is changing, right, that show you um, like the song that is currently playing and the, which I could shall do here as well. Um, you do, but yeah, but it's just that the music, the now playing widget thingy, is mostly for the desktop users and not necessarily for the mobile users, which is fine. And I wouldn't care um, much about it. Yeah. So that's why I'm saying like zooming in is making it like more readable for the time where it's zoomed in. And so if it's just tinier and you can do things like some of the thing that I do most of the time is this, right? Someone is asking about what's the fucking song right now, which we don't have. I'm just doing this, and then I do that. You know, I just I just say you that, and if you are interested in the current song, you just have the current song right there, and that makes sense. You know, that's about it. To me, it makes more sense to do this manually than doing the bot commands thingy because I'm technically using epidemic sound, so I'm not supposed to have Spotify response, which right now I could 100% have the song implementation because it is in place. But, you know, yeah, the submission mark song is a thing. Most streams, yours as well. So, eh, no complaint there. No complaint there. God damn, I'm tired. It happens. It happens already. Is someone having a design question to revive me? I doubt it. Things. Things. Oh, oh, interesting. Um, I don't know. I don't know. It needs to happen soon, though. Like right now, what I'm looking at or thinking about is, uh, I need to get like I need to get clean. And the thing, as I said last time, the thing that is annoying and I don't want to kind of break is the fact that overall I need to get the same data structure to work. And so what that implies is that it needs to have some sort of um, a system that kind of works, unless you are talking about something else. Yes. Yeah, you're talking about the chat. I'm talking about my app. Yeah, that's what I thought at the end. Yeah, no, I think I would not. I don't think I would. I don't think I would rewrite the commands and the shit for Twitch because that makes no sense to me. It just doesn't really. Uh, had anything yet. So, you know. Yeah. We already have some sort of a naughty, like, split thing. It's not. But also, I don't care. So, you know. Um, eh. Yeah. That's wild. The chat got wiped. Like wiped. No question. I think I did. I don't know why. But, yeah. But yeah, I think I did. I mean, it's still running, right? As far as I remember, it's still there. So, you know. It is. Anyways, I'm gonna send you to Plush because it's been a while and she's back from surgery and all that shit. You know, the usual. And I'm tired. Tired. And I have a redemption to do there. So, you know, that will happen. So yeah, as always, thanks for being here. Appreciate it. The VOD is going to be on YouTube. The question, if I'm not live, is going to be on Discord. And if they want the question that is live, it's going to be on Friday. Come back on Friday. You know, all day. And yeah, if you want to learn Japanese, as always, use Can because it's good. And if you don't want to learn Japanese and you want to use some good things for design project, that's also good. We like it. We like it. It's fun. It's nice. Anyways, enjoy the rest of your day. Take care of yourself. Eat something. Drink something. Then he won. That's impressive. That is impressive. And Stony, you won number 2. That's also impressive. Dapshi, hi bye. You can. You can. Real close. Come on. One more. Ha! Alright. You're a drill. Eat something, drink something. We can't each other. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. You're not cheating too much. It's bad. That is bad. See ya.